sale to be able to give out today and all day this week, just to add to the listener bait that we have on top of the Tucson Roadrunner tickets and the World Baseball Classic tickets. So I'm super excited about all that. Got the full crew in this morning. Let's do an FML news story. If I got an email, it would read like this. Hey, Beef, I was attempting to hide my sex robot and caught my apartment on fire. F my life. So this happened.
Oh, my God.
I know, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of these stories popping up. In China, a college student ignited a fire in his dorm while attempting to hide his inflatable girlfriend from his roommate. Now, it happened at a University of Technology there where the student, whose name has been withheld for obvious reasons, went into panic mode when his roommate came home unexpectedly while in mid-use of his inflatable playmate, a.k.a. date night. He was having a romantic rendezvous with his inflatable sex girlfriend. And just imagine you're in an awkward scenario. Like, what's the setup there? Okay, Enrico, I know you're not this dude, and you're making like a weird, like a.
No, I'm just trying to piece together how this works.
How would you romantically set this up for if you were this dude?
Well, I'm hearing fire. I'm thinking nice candlelit dinner.
You know, there's candles.
Yeah, candles
Right.
going on.
Lit
Music,
candles. Yes, like
the Pandora playlist.
that's the thing with these guys. You don't think that anyone that has like a sex doll at that point is going to be just some kind of deviant who just wants to bang it all over the place. No, he's literally setting up romantic scenarios.
Wine and dine the
And-
plastic.
Yeah,
It is the
role playing.
girlfriend experience.
Yes, role playing being in love. And I feel bad for this guy. I
Right.
get it, you know?
So I heard accidental, but I'm thinking like deliberate fire. Like nobody can find out about this.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
Right.
Right.
At what point are you just going to decide to burn it all down?
Right.
And just be like, I'm a pyro.
Right.
Yeah, definitely not having sex with inanimate objects. I have a fire obsession. Anyways, he went into panic mode when his roommate came home, and while mid-use, the student's first instinct it seems was to set the inflatable lover on fire in the dorm hallway.
Maybe it was a bad day.
Yeah, and then the fire quickly spread from there. And then luckily, the fire was extinguished in plenty of time when no one was hurt. And the student was since reportedly reprimanded, and his dorm is now an explicit policy banning naked flames on silicone items. That was F My Life from earlier. I interrupt F My Life because we got a super important guest joining us here via satellite. And, of course, you know her, you love her. She's going to be performing at the Rialto Theatre here on March 1st, which I believe is that this Saturday?
It is. This is Saturday.
Yes, Maria Bamford. Good morning, Maria.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. Yay.
Of course, yes. Thank you. Now, this is our little podcast broadcast, right? So... Yeah, so right now we're just on the stream, and then we're going to be popping on the FM airwaves. And so we'll go kind of like back and forth on that. So basically I'm saying that so you get all your F-bombs out right now. You just load up with F-bombs.
Okay. F-bomb, 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 F-bomb.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's still a kid's show. You got to slow it down a little bit. That's, my name is Beef. This is Mari and Valdez.
Hi, Maria Valdez. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Where are you joining us from?
I'm in where am I? Highland Park, California. I was one of the great unhoused from the Altadena fires. So
Oh no.
but
Sorry.
but our house is still standing because it was saved by our terrible neighbors who are not good people. But they saved our house with super soakers and garden hoses.
So
And
that's what they did, really. They literally use super soakers to try to like prevent the fire from spreading to the roof.
yes, yeah, and they because they're out of their minds, they stayed and they saved our house and a few others.
Wow.
So it's ridiculous, but we can't move back in yet. The sheriffs came up. I was trying to get some stuff, and they burst out and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, what are you doing in that property? Excuse me, ma'am." And I said, "I'm just trying to get some library books. I have some library books." And then they said, I just had to make sure you weren't one of the bad guys. I'm wearing 17 friendship bracelets. I'm for sure one of the bad guys.
Yeah, that's a good cover up for a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, the more friendship bracelets, the more felonies they're going to commit just to cover it
Yeah.
up with the friendship. Yeah, so they blocked off that whole area from you, huh?
Yeah. So we're living in Highland Park. So that said, I'm coming to Tucson. I hope everything's going well there.
Yeah, you know, what's great about this though is that, you know, experiencing this kind of life-changing fire and stuff, and then coming to a place like Tucson, you can be like, oh, I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
It's hot. Okay. All right.
Oh, it'll be nice weather when you come. And the Rialto Theatre is a beautiful historic theater as well. So, you know, we're excited to have you there, especially to have like a big comedy show in town. You know, like this is a city that loves a great comedy. But unfortunately, since it's not like a major city, it doesn't get great comedy shows all the time. So coming in with your show at the theater is going to be fun. So the pressure's on. Are you feeling the pressure?
Oh God, the pressure. And always Google your comedy before you go see it. You don't want to. That can happen so often. Have you ever been to a noise music concert? That's
the band
kind of
noise?
noise. Like it's a type of music.
Okay.
It's like a 747 taking off and landing, and then taking off and then landing for about 2 hours. Except the 747 hasn't practiced.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I may not be your cup of tea. So you might want to YouTube it before you come down. I'm huge progressive, liberal. Yeah, I am anti-orange.
Yes. Well, Tucson is considered the blueberry in the tomato soup. So, you know, is a saying. So, you know, it's a liberal town and an otherwise somewhat conservative state. I mean, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
but it's
So-
always been progressively blue here and liberal in this town, especially. So I'm sure you have a large fan base of people who are like-minded as well.
Well, and yeah, and if not, that's okay too. I'm still coming.
When was the last time you've played here in Tucson?
Oh my. It's been a few years. They have a small club there. Is it called Cuckoos or Zanies?
Oh, it's probably Laughs.
Laughs. Yes.
There you go. Yes.
You did laughs. You're a laughs alum, huh?
Yeah. I think I've been to Laughs and yes, but my life blurs in back of me. I'm not sure what has happened or what is to come. I cannot remember what I've done. How are you guys doing? How long has your show been on?
Oh, this version of the show has been on this radio station for over 3 years, approaching 4 years. I did. Oh yeah, still sticking around. I've been hosting a show for about 15 years, minus 3 years. I was somebody's whipping boy, and then I was able to get my show again. And yeah, I started from my house in Phoenix, and I was just doing a little morning show, having a bunch of famous comedians just pop by my little shanty of a house on the west side of Phoenix for a good 8 years before I got a real gig and got paid. And I don't know why I keep doing air quotes, but
Well,
yeah.
is it? Do you? I mean, is it Clear Channel? Or are you beneath
No,
the behemoth?
Lotus.
Or
It's Arizona Lotus, which is more of like a family business. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're conversating with a hilarious comedian. You know her best from the Netflix series Lady Dynamite. We have Maria Bamford joining us via satellite from California in our fallout shelter. And but back to what we were saying. Yes, it's more of like a family business. The Arizona Lotus we work at, but they own radio clusters along the West Coast. So like 60-ish markets. So it's good.
I sometimes I pay an audience member in the front row to talk to me because that's the invisible work. A lot of comics are talking to people in the front row, and they're not being remunerated. Yeah, I find being paid and money stuff. I find that so interesting. So a lot of my current hours about that, like how rich people worry about money. I don't know if you've ever heard a wealthy person worry aloud about their financial situation, but it is heartbreaking. We'd love to give. We would love to give. We would love. But we've got 2 girls in private school. 2 girls. Oh, I'm
We
sorry.
just adopted 5 corgis.
I've stopped listening to this romance novel. I don't care about any of the characters. Let me know when there's been a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the whole reason the election went the way it did. I think is people wanted a better economic situation, and
Yeah.
yeah, and you have to have empathy for oligarchs because it could happen to you. It could
That's-
happen to you.
That's true. That's true. I could have a
Um,
net worth of billions, and they could take 30% of my taxes. That would be
Oh.
heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh, you're living in your
Oh.
black obelisk semi-submerged in the sea. You
Yeah.
stop talking to your regular friends because you don't go to the same restaurants anymore. You stop going to Del Taco, turns out.
Right.
Stop going to Del Taco.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then I had some friends that happened to. They disappeared for about 10 years. They made a couple of bad financial mistakes. They showed up on my front porch weeping. They said,
Oh, no.
"Hey, the sheriff's locked us out of all our stuff. Can we stay with you guys?" I said, "You sure can. Help yourself to some old vegan pizza that is covered in beans, corn, and is damp with arugula. I didn't want it when I ordered it." Um, that's the thing that we all have, which is relational wealth. As long as you have connections to other people, that's worth more than any amount of money. Is
Oh, she froze. Froze. And Maria, you froze, and there you go.
There we
You're
go.
back. Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta
Of
love
course.
when.
Just as I'm starting to lecture.
I know. I know. That was the billionaires interjecting and reading you right there. Like, no, she's
Right?
on to a point. She's getting the people to rally. That's
It's-
time for the distraction.
Oh
Let's
God.
raise those egg prices, get people pissed off. Yeah.
Maybe she'll start in Tucson.
I know, which is great. So you got your show coming to the Rialto Theater
Yes.
this Saturday.
Yeah.
We're very excited to have you there at the Rialto Theater, and you know, a lot of people know you, may not even know that they know you from some of your voice roles and your work, like in BoJack Horseman and Adventure Time. You know,
Big mouth.
yeah,
Yes,
Big
Big
Mouth
Mouth.
too.
Oh, the anxiety mosquito.
Oh, yes,
I-
it
I
is.
connect- Yeah.
Which one of
Yeah.
your like voiceover gigs did you have like the most? Which one are you most biggest fan of? Pick
Well,
your
I
favorite
think
child.
uh, the most recent one I did for which was oh my God, now my brain is going blank. Um, well, there's a new one coming out that is on Netflix, made by the same people who did Big Mouth, and it doesn't have a title yet, so I can't tell you what it is. But that was really fun. Same people, Nick Kroll and
John
uh,
Mulaney.
John Mulaney, and yeah. So I mean, I like whatever I've just done, just partly because I forget things so easily. So, but yeah, I've had a really, and it's union work before they freeze me again. Live better, work union.
Yeah, when you're doing these voiceover roles and stuff, is it like a collaborative type of work environment where you're sitting there in the same room as the actors and kind of acting, reacting, or is it kind of feeding lines?
It's usually it's usually feeding lines. It used to be more of a communal sort of thing, but I think it's sort of easier to fit, especially if they have super famous people in it, then everybody's cut in separately. Yeah, no joke about that. Just
Right.
sad.
Oh, you recently took time out of your stand-up career and doing all your voiceover work to actually write a book called "I'll Join Your Cult," memoir of mental illness and the quest to belong anywhere. And this is based off of your experience of joining pretty much any group that would have you. Is that right?
Yes, and obviously not in the strict word of I mean, it's cult. I could pull out. I got out of a. I've been in a bunch of 12-step programs, which of course we all
Or
know
cult like.
are problematic.
Mhm.
But they are what free, and that's the one thing that makes them less cult-like. So they are not. They don't cost anything, and yeah. So I just like the idea of thinking things as belief systems. Like, obviously, show business is a certain kind of belief system of like everything comes before our show business comes before everything. Yeah, like I feel like that's definitely been the case for me of like, drop, oh my God, guess who called? Grimace. Grimace called and he really needs you in the middle of the night. You've got to show up, where yeah, things where you put something it's almost, yeah, worshipful. um so yeah, it's that was what my book was about, is all those things that we adhere to as a part of certain groups, but don't aren't always conscious of it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much like a member of all the different like anonymous things like
Yeah,
AA and stuff like that.
of-
Those are good conversations though with strangers, right? You learn a lot about life by hearing people kind of go on about their different situations and
no,
issues and stuff. No,
it
you learn
is.
nothing.
No, 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 no. You're totally right. It is genuinely I mean, I'm an atheist and they
Hmm.
talk a lot about higher powers and stuff like that.
Yeah, different name
So
for God or whatever, right? Yeah.
yeah, and I but the the cognitive behavioral science of meeting with people face to face or on Zoom, connecting with people, having maybe repetitive of having your thoughts, things that you would do things differently. Like I know certain things that like I'm in one program, Debtors Anonymous, where they're like, instead of being isolated with your problem, like going like asking anybody else, whether it's Debtors Anonymous or anything, hey, do you have any experience with this? Maybe I could do something different. Um, so that's what I think those groups are very helpful for, is harm reduction. Like, because I've made some pretty hilarious decisions by myself, and
Yeah.
so if I talk to maybe two, three other people and slow down my thought process, maybe I won't drive across the U.S. with only $200.
Yeah. So are you always kind of impulsive and somewhat your own worst enemy in ways?
I was definitely before. I mean, I didn't get medicated until I was like 41. So yeah, no, I made some pretty ridiculous decisions.
Yeah.
Kind of piggybacking off of that. I mean, you've been successful and it's been respectable how you've used your platform to be candid about challenges you've had with either addiction or mental health issues. What advice can you give somebody right now who believes they may be struggling with addiction or some sort of mental health challenges? What can you tell them to help them?
Yeah, the pressure's on, Maria. You need to save Tucson right now. So, make it
They
profound.
Oh, if there's anything you learn about addicts, is they stop because someone else asks them to. Um, uh, oh yeah, we've all seen Intervention.
You're like, oh, you're right. My bad. Oh, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, yeah, no. I mean, ask whoever's in front of you for help. That's make it easy on yourself. You can. There's definitely the suicide hotline. I have answered the phone for 988. They have all the resources you could ever want. Google just AA or whatever it is you're having a problem with. If you have some weird problem that you think no one has, oh my God, I have an entire set of pornographic materials about stuffed animals. Um,
Yes.
S-
You
Google
want
it.
You're like
SLA.
YouTube? Oh,
Yeah.
No, you can
excellent.
go to SLA.
SLAA, which which is
Wow, you
also
knew that.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You can yeah, you Google it in your zip code, or there's so many Zoom meetings, and you can keep your face, like make yourself anonymous. Nobody needs to know who you are, or you don't even have to speak, and um, or is Google any sort of therapist. Now, I would interview whatever therapist you're going to have, especially if they're from BetterHelp.com or one of those things, because you don't know what their philosophy is. Some people are religious, some people are, so they might have some additional judgment. Yeah, that might be it. It's not going to be perfect. Just keep asking until you find someone who's better than shitty.
Yes, I love it.
Which is it just lower the bar, though. Lower the bar for accessing any kind of help. Doesn't matter how much money you throw at it. I'm going into a lecture mode again. I may be cut off.
Yeah, your face is gonna freeze on there.
Yeah.
They're gonna get you. Maria Bamford is performing this Saturday at the Rialto Theatre. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7:30. RialtoTheatre.com for all the ticket information. You know her well from the Netflix series Lady Dynamite. You can get more info at MariaBamford.com. We're gonna continue the conversation and wrap things up with Maria on the podcast broadcast. You can join us YouTube.com/BeFegan. But Maria, thank you so much for joining us on the FM side as well.
Thank you for having me.
And clear. All right, so now we're just on the stream and stuff. So, yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, see, so that's how we go a little back and forth.
Do you know anybody who's ever called the 988 line?
No, I'm familiar with that.
I
I'm just only familiar with
promote
12-step program.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. 988, this is what happens. First I'll ask you, are you thinking of suicide? Seems like a given, but why do I have to keep bringing it up?
Right.
But sometimes people just want to chit chat, and the person is there. I'm there to chit chat about whatever you thought about the film Poor Things. What we can go on about anything. Then second rung thing I'm going to ask you about is, do you have a plan? At which point I don't criticize that plan to your suicide. I don't say yeah, that wouldn't work. Oh, did you guys disappear?
No, I went full screen because I'm sharing some comments as well, because we have streamers on here that have, like Redbeard and Patrick have both
Redbeard.
utilized 988.
Yeah.
So
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not perfect. Sometimes you get somebody who sounds, because the way the training goes, sometimes you can sound a little bit like a bot because they want you to ask these certain questions. But there is a human being there. And yeah, I mean, that can be helpful. I wouldn't recommend it, but AI in a pinch will give you some nice answers. We'll see how long that lasts before it becomes like a
good to know
horrible
about.
Rwandan massacre.
I
But yeah,
Right.
there are people there. So
I have a sister who's becoming best friends with ChatGPT, and it's almost getting concerning, right? Where I'm like, you shouldn't be having too many personal conversations with this. What are your concerns about AI and where it's going right now?
I think just for sure with the deterioration of the government and like just going and that it's going to be combined with these business enterprises. I mean, not that it hasn't always been a problematic, but at least to have the illusion of separation of church and state, but also state and the service bodies and all that. Like, just yeah, I think it's pretty scary. But
Yeah, the
what am I
illusion
going
is
to do
gone.
about it? Yeah, all I'm going to do is I show up at the protest rallies, and I buy as many hot dogs as I can.
Are you feeding people, walking around handing hot dogs out,
Oh
feeding the
no!
revolution?
Supporting.
Well, let me see. I bought a bunch of Girl Scout cookies, and then I handed those out the other day. But
Oh, that's good.
did not think to buy more than one hot dog. Interesting. Wow. Wow. The
And
capitalist.
now they're winning because of that hot dog and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to test out any new material on Saturday on us?
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah. Of course. I love well, I'm doing a new hour, so it's new for the past I've been working on it for about 3 years. So I am a slow boat, I tell you.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think is the funniest thing about Tucson? Is it the heat or is it the
No, and honestly, it's difficult to go for the heat angle in February or March because it's so
oh, it's
beautiful.
chilly. Oh, it's so
It
beautiful. Oh,
is. It is. It's
nice.
like our perfect time of year, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I think the high today is like
It's
what
80.
75. Oh, it's 80. Well, 80 might be a little
82.
warm to your standards, but it's perfect for us. We don't consider it hot until it hits 110.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
guys make fun of another city that's right next to you as if
Phoenix.
uh
Phoenix is our
Phoenix?
rival, right? So
Yeah.
we're kind of like the little
Ah.
brother, if you will, right? That's the big city that gets all the cool shit, right? And
Okay.
so, yeah, I mean this city would go to war with Phoenix if it had a choice. Yeah, but couple things we're known. We're talking up our Mexican food. We got all these like breakfast burritos standing by.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
go
best
save.
Mexican food in the country. Was
Yeah.
just
Oh
awarded
my
that
God.
Here in
Que,
Tucson.
and legitimate.
que
Yeah.
deliciosa.
Yes.
Um,
We have a growing vegan food scene as well, which is good.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I love vegan food. Vegan food is it's very delicious because it's hard times as a vegan and they
Yeah.
really work on it. They really do a nice job with seitan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like
Yes.
that stuff?
Yes.
It's like the beans.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a bean?
Oof, I
Who
have no
knows?
Like a
idea.
patty, right?
Nobody had to die for it. That's all she knows.
Yeah, no one had to die for this. Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
At UFW, United Farm Workers, they might have something to say about that. All
Yeah.
right, come on, hey now. All right,
Si se
okay.
puede.
But yeah,
Si
that
se
and
puede.
yeah, and then like it's normal, typical town stuff. And our roads are abysmal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't see.
Okay,
We have a
Yeah.
big meth
epidemic.
epidemic here. Yeah, it's
You
pretty
think?
bad.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, I don't see people too methy these days. You know. I don't know. I grew up in the '90s in Arizona, so that was me. That was a real meth epidemic. Kids these days don't know about meth epidemics.
They
No,
don't.
fentanyl for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm into the harm reduction movement where they say, well, just if you're gonna do meth or fentanyl, could you add something like a deep dish pizza? Could you just kind of take the edge off of something, like yeah, just I love it because it's like you don't have to stop,
Right.
but
You
it's
dilute it.
clean needle, yeah, clean needle exchange or why not? This is my idea.
Okay.
Join the Jehovah Witnesses for
Okay.
just 7 days. It's a super rigid, scary religion, but it's
Yeah.
on every street corner, so very attainable. You
Right.
you drop in, you get in, you do everything they tell you to do. Cut off all your friends and family. No more parties except when you go roller skating and eat macaroni and cheese with them.
That sounds fun.
And then a week later, you pop out. And I think that might give you the oxytocin boost you're looking for.
There you go. Natural highs of Maria Bamford. That's
Natural
perfect.
high.
So, are you looking to film this comedy special here soon? And do you have something lined up as far as where you're going to try to release it? Are you going to try to do that? No, you're not even at that
No,
process.
no. I'm a business person. I have pens.
Right.
So this is a S corp. I am I have an EIN number which is
Write
452393745.
it down.
Um,
Got it.
but yeah, I'm thinking this time I might want to distribute it myself on foot.
Door to door.
Yeah. Like a Jehovah's Witness. There you go.
Oh.
Why not? Like, I mean, that's get into the lucrative world of zines. Do it as a zine first.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back, yeah. Well, I mean, you are seeing a lot of like self-produced, self-released on YouTube
Yeah,
type
yeah.
comedy specials and ways to monetize that. So it seems like it's definitely a viable option for sure.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah, it could be a thing, and it doesn't seem like over a certain amount of money, it makes people. It doesn't seem to make people happy or want to share, anyways. So what am I so worried about? Why do I want to make more money? I actually did a retirement calculator. I can retire in the middle of this sentence to the city of Pahrump, Nevada, if I would just
Oh.
if I would just stop Instacarting individual cans of Pillsbury Crescent Road.
That adds up.
Yeah, tip every time. Yeah, it's a hassle. Yeah, that's
That's
not fiscally
right.
responsible of you.
Because I like it no bag, full contact delivery.
Deep eye contact.
That's super
Yeah.
hot. I wish you the best of luck in getting back into your home in the Palisades.
No, Eaton Canyon. I'm on the east
Okay.
side. I am not Palisades money.
Yeah.
But
But yes,
Thank
but
you for-
hopefully you'll get access to your house again. And sorry for
Yes.
that
oh
inconvenience.
yes,
and stuff,
yes, no.
But, yeah, I'm sure it'd be great to kind of just travel a little bit and cheer up the folks at Tucson.
It's true. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on the program. Much love. I can't wait to get there and to try the burritos that are vegan.
All of them. All of them. Try all the vegan burritos.
All.
They will
Yeah.
blow your mind.
So many.
And I know
Okay.
LA has good Mexican food for sure, but they weren't called the best Mexican food in all of the United States of America by the Trump
and-
administration.
Oh God.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, and isn't it? It's all types of Central and South American food, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is there a specific?
In a way, it's Sonoran. It's Sonoran. Like, I think the majority of our restaurants we know, we're the birthplace of the chimichanga, but Sonoran Mexican food, which is kind of northern Mexican food, you'll see some of that. But there's also, like, the restaurant we had in today, they specialize in all 7 regions of Mexico.
Ooh.
They take it
Oaxaca?
seriously.
All 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oaxaca. Yukon, right? Yucatan. Yucatan.
Yucatan.
Yeah,
Yucatan,
Yucatan.
Michoacan.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Michoacan.
And you get I mess it up.
Birria.
Birria. Birria. It's a sexy
Birria.
word when you say it
Yeah.
right. Birria.
I can't roll my R's.
Nah, neither can I.
Yo puedo hablar en español porque yo soy la problema.
Mira.
She's a local.
Mira qué
She's
está
a local.
pasando.
She grew up here. Are you fluent? Are you really fluent?
Uh,
How many languages do
no.
you speak?
No.
That sounds fluent to me.
Yeah. I'll run it back in the replay and translate it, and who knows what you're saying.
Cara de cebolla.
What did she say? You speak?
She said, got a face of onion face.
Onion.
I mean,
Oh.
I just have a big white, yeah, round face.
Oh, it's a face that brings tears to my eyes.
There
in a
you
good
go.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
See? We're having a moment here with Maria Bamford. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Again, she's performing this Saturday at the Rialto Theatre, and we can't wait to have her. It's going to be a fantastic one-night-only performance that you could catch from the Netflix star, and that's on your resume. That's first thing. Netflix star. I know. Do you hate that?
Star.
Do you hate those labels of success? They
No,
keep throwing
no.
them at you. Yeah.
I'll take a label.
Yeah,
I'll take
so
a label
New York Times
anytime.
best-selling author.
That's what I was going to
There
add,
we
too.
go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, how long is your title going to be here by the end of 2025? We're going to say New York Times bestselling author, Netflix star, comedian extraordinaire, voice actor.
Emmy-winning.
Did you win Emmys?
Felon.
Yes, gonna add that. Did you won Emmys too for Lady Dynamite?
Oh God, no.
There's still
Okay.
time. There's still time.
They do. I wish they did. They late Emmys like, oh, we should have given them one.
We messed up. So the Emmy for 10 years ago being awesome goes too.
Yeah. Or a participation Emmy. That would be nice.
There you go.
There's a lot of self-congratulatory, awards out in like LA and stuff. So have you won any awards and stuff where you're like, thanks, but this is really nothing?
Well, I think I think some things are just an excuse for money laundering. So I think I got best club comic one year for something, and I was like, "Is this real?" Like, but I went and had a free meal, and that's
There you go.
You still took it and had the acceptance speech and everything ready. Did you write down your acceptance speech for that?
I got teary eyed.
Ah.
And it was a very weird award show. It happened in New York City, and it was the year that Bill Cosby won the like Lifetime Achievement Award, and it was also the year that he was, of course, outed as a horrible sex offender.
Before or after the awards?
Right after.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, did you know about these allegations? Because this was actually like one of the worst kept secrets, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't know. I knew he had some things where it was like accusations, and then and it was he had a weird acceptance speech where he lectured us all about how during comedy, it's not always fun. Like sometimes you've got to you've got to not be yourself on stage because you've got to make the people laugh.
right.
and
Oh,
and I'm like, holy shit, man, you're bumming me out.
yeah. He's like, you can't let people know the monster you are inside.
No,
Hide
it was
behind
very,
that sweater.
in retrospect, I was like, oh my God. But yeah, he's anyways,
Wow.
I'm
So
not
even at that moment, I mean, it's in retrospect where you're thinking about that. But even in that moment, because Cosby did have a reputation of kind of like lecturing and talking down to comedians, right? And being very judgmental about, especially other black comedians.
yeah, about what you wear, and some comics get into that stuff, like, oh, you got to wear dress better than the audience, be wearing a nicer outfit than the audience. That's not my thing. I didn't get into comedy for sartorial reasons.
Yeah. Oh, so we can't ask you what you're going to be wearing this Saturday? Is it going to be flowing? Who are you wearing Saturday at the Rialto Theater? And will there be a red carpet?
A flannel nightgown, okay.
Oh,
There we
yes.
go.
Empire waist.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to be rolling around the stage most of the night, and
It's a large stage.
yeah, it's a large stage, and that and maybe some fluffy slippers.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, I have a very relaxed stage costume. So yeah, I'm not a fashionista, but yes,
Yeah, it
well,
makes it easy just to go straight to bed right after the show.
right, right after I've gotten out of bed.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
only up maybe an hour a day. Um, hey, my husband has just woken up and he is making breakfast.
Go
So I
get
think
it.
I've got to go.
Go get it. Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely. No, we appreciate all the extra time that you have with us. It's been
No,
a
thank
pleasure
Thank
chatting
you
with
so
you.
much for having me. I really
Of
appreciate
course.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to see you this Saturday at the Rialto Theater again. The doors open at 6:30. The show starts 7:30, and you get your tickets at rialtotheater.com. Check out Maria's work at mariabamford.com, where you can follow up on everything, and you'll be able to get the heads up on when she releases that elusive comedy special. So thanks so much. Enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you
and we'll
guys.
talk to you
Thanks
soon.
for having me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Of
All right,
course,
thank you.
yes. Maria Bamford, everybody. She was fantastic. All right, well, let's hit the reset on the FM side. We'll continue the conversation on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/BeFegan. Well done. Give kudos to Valdez for whipping this together, dude. Excellent job.
Yeah, she's
Excellent
cool.
questions. She was super cool. I was trying to let her go like 15 minutes prior,
I know.
and then she had to do the old turnaround. Well, now I got to go. Like, I was trying to let you go. I was giving you that out. But yeah, she was too kind. So,
We had the agreement that she was gonna do like 15 to 20, but if the vibe was
Always.
good, she was gonna stay longer. So.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, so I'm
So
like,
the vibe was good.
yeah, because she stayed. I was like, all right, man, this is going good.
Well, maybe at the end we made the vibe weird. As soon as I started asking her about what she was gonna wear, I'm like, hey, what are you wearing? And then she's like, my husband just woke up and he wants to fight you, so we gotta go. And I understand. I do appreciate that. All right, let's reset the
true.
table. I mean, the timing is coincidental. If anything.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, all right. I'm a big creep. What are you going to do? All right, with that said, let's gonna reset the table. We'll be back with more right after this. Yesterday, you guys didn't see this clip. It was a Rico Weirdo and I fucking around. Check it out.
Get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to us at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, give us a call at 600-KFMA, the 605-362. And if we agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners. They got back-to-back home games this weekend that you can go out to for free if your life is F'd. So we'll un-F your life.
Magic.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get in the first email sent to me by Jake. Jake said, one time I was trying to be flirty and sent my crush a winking emoji, but my phone auto-corrected it to a full paragraph about the mating habits of seahorses. How's that an autograph?
How?
Yeah, an autocorrect.
Or, copy paste.
It was an old copy he had from some article,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
something.
Oops.
Now I'm curious about the mating habits of
Yeah,
seahorses.
if
how
she
do they do
responds
it?
positively to it, then you got to keep her.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Save a seahorse, ride a cowboy. Is that enough my life for Jake? What do you say, Rico?
Ah, big baby.
All right.
think
What do
it's
you
funny.
say?
Yeah, I'm going to say big baby.
Yeah, in a weird way, that sounds like sexting. You might, get the conversation moving in that direction. Say, here's how seahorses do it, baby. Let's go seahorse style.
Right.
All right, next email sent to me by Ryan. Ryan said, I saw my reflection in a store window and thought, who's that idiot walking weird? It was me. I was the idiot. Okay, so got a weird walk. What do you say, weirdo?
I say big baby. There's times like I'll catch myself in a reflection and be like, why am I wearing this today? Like it happens to everybody. It's fine.
I have a weird walk, and I always forget I have a weird walk until I see myself on video or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a walk. So you've noticed my weird walk?
Uh-huh.
See,
No, I'm saying I relate to that. Because you don't
okay.
notice things until you see them.
Yeah. How weird is my walk, though?
It's not that bad. It's not like the penguin.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
it is-
too bad.
yeah.
All
You're not-
right, that's good. Well,
It's not like a waddle.
You know why? Because I'm trying to move from destinations like slowly, but you should see me in a hurry. It's not good. It's like like left, right, like weird.
Zigzagging.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I know that I've had, we've done video for so long. I had a guy tell me, a director of photography, being like, we can't do any scenes where you're walking.
Oh,
I
jeez.
can't, even if it's like just a headshot, because you're just all over the place. You're not staying in the frame.
You're a wily little fella.
Off
Yeah.
kilter.
Yeah, all right. Next email sent to me by Kevin. Kevin said, I tried to be mysterious and cool by leaning against a wall while talking. That wall was a door. The door was open. I fell through it.
I've
Womp
done
womp.
this.
Yeah?
Yes, not like trying to be cool or anything, but like, just standing in the hallway talking with one of the kids, and I just go to lean against the door and I just fall straight through.
I love it. That's definitely enough my life. What do you say, Rico?
That's my life.
All right.
Yeah.
All the way around. All right, next email sent to me by Eric. Eric said, I accidentally hit reply all on an email meant for my coworker. Now the entire company knows that I think the new office coffee tastes like hot regret. I guess that's not that bad,
Not
but
that bad. I was going
That's
to say it
really
could be
not that
way
bad.
worse.
yeah.
You're going to get a lot of positive responses on that. Like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you could have been like, I
Right.
just banged Cheryl in HR.
Right,
And now,
exactly.
she was hot regret. So that would have been different.
Yeah.
Definitely F.
Yeah, so big baby.
Big baby.
All right,
Yeah,
big-
if anything, you've made a positive change for the office.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll
Get a
change
raise.
the coffee.
Maybe you'll get better coffee for sure. All right, final F My Life of the day is relatable for anybody who, has some tech out there. Tyler said, I sneezed so hard that my AirPod flew out of my ear and went straight into my bowl of soup. I fished it out, and now Siri sounds like she's underwater.
This is why you upgrade. Because, right, it used to be the upgrade to go to these little tiny Bluetooth things. I think it's the upgrade to go back. Go to the over-the-head headphones. Over-the-ear headphones.
Retro.
Yeah, I mean, in the gym and stuff, you see more people with regular headphones as opposed to AirPods.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I wear my Bluetooth big, obnoxious headphones all the time.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's so much, the other ones fall out all the time anyway, so it's like, that's stupid. It's
Yeah.
not practical.
Yeah, okay.
I would
yeah.
say big baby, except for the fact those things cost a lot.
Yeah, they
So,
do.
F
Yeah,
my life.
and in that scenario, I'm saying F my life as well.
Agreed.
Yeah, because you're still gonna rock them because you don't want to like spend more money. So
Right, because you can't replace just one.
right, yeah. All right, F my life, Tyler. You heard it. So in fact, I'll email you back, hook you up with a pair of tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners. Thank you guys for the emails. Keep them coming. beefvegan@kfma.com. We have more, including a major concert announcement coming up at 8 o'clock. But we're gonna start an Instagram live stream here in a couple minutes. You can join us at Rock 102.1 or just keep it right here. We're back here live. You can't tell because I'm on the screen. Red Not Ted, damn autocorrect. Rico still doesn't talk to me. Oh, well, that's okay, Nick. You're going to be fine. All right. This morning I went on kind of like a rant. I was responding back to Facebook messages yesterday because we made the Pantera announcement. And, of course, KFMA Day started becoming a discussion, as it usually does in that situation. Day. Yeah, and then the blame started going around. And then I had an awesome walk back and apology from Antonio, because then I explained again this morning how the concert industry works right now and why we're in the situation that we are, right? Because again, and I will probably have a talk management will probably have a talk with me afterwards, or the consultant will if they caught that 20-minute segment. Yeah, they usually do. Right? Because they don't like me basically pulling the curtain back, which is fine. But at the same time, like the one thing that I've always done to my detriment in this like industry is be brutally honest, right? So when I explained exactly how it works and the reason why all these massive shows are coming up to Phoenix and they're skipping Tucson is because they legally have to skip Tucson because non-competes and all that stuff. Antonio, who initially was kind of, talking smack on our Facebook page, wrote, I listened to Beef this morning and heard the explanation of the concert situation, and I respectfully offer my apology. It makes sense now, which is great.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Good job.
But I wasn't upset by Antonio's comment. I was upset by Will's comment, right? There was a guy, and this is another thing, no good deed goes unpunished, right? I say it all the time. And, like, I'm in a position where currently I like my life, right? I love my life. I love my listeners, right? I appreciate everyone listening. I like them. And my first instinct, if you listen to the show, is to like you as a person. Now, not everyone is a likable person in real life. We get that, right? But I don't want to turn into a miserable sack of shit that hates his life and hates his listeners more. Because I've seen that person. I know what that person.
We already got one of those.
Yeah, I've seen that up close and personal, right? But at the same time, I can also understand how that can happen because of situations like Will. So Will runs his mouth, talks shit on the Facebook page, and has been doing so for the past year, just here and there. Well, I'm like, dude, Will, like you listened, you called in a couple times. I've literally went out of my way to hook you and your entire family up with tickets to the Roadrunners.
Oh.
Yeah, where I met you, shook your hands, all that. And on top of that, you reach out to me because your sister has a nonprofit and needed some help with that. And so I had her on the fucking show to promote her nonprofit, right? So he's talking about KUPD this, KUPD that. Of how, they're so much better. And I'm like, dude, well, have KUPD put your sister on. Have KUPD give you tickets. Like, you ungrateful son of a bitch, dude. And the way he was coming at was so disrespectful. So now I'm just like, okay, well, you never had anybody personally from a radio station do what I done for you. Yeah. Go up and beyond to take care of you, to be friendly to you out of the kindness of my own heart with nothing in return. I wasn't asking for anything in return. It was a kind gesture. And this is how you repay my kind gesture? Well, fuck you. You're not going to get it again. Not from me, not from anybody. So, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Mari hates conflict. And every time.
Oh, my
She's
God.
just
Do I hate
in her seat.
I'm so uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable.
But I'm speaking from
conflict.
the heart, Mari.
I understand that. I respect your feelings. I do.
Don't necessarily agree my stance sometimes, though?
I don't know. Not like I don't agree, right? Your feelings are your feelings and they're valid. They're absolutely valid.
Okay.
And I also, I don't know, those like online typers, like you never know, like what they are like and like who knows what they're struggling with to be so.
Yes, and no, trust me, I thought about it empathetically, being like, and I even expressed in my comment to the person who, I felt kind of like personally insulted by because I have done nice things for this person individually. That I'm like, you've been seemingly more and more miserable as the days go on. I hope you find the happiness you need in life. Right? I didn't mean that in like a passive aggressive kind of douchey kind of way. I meant like, okay, you're obviously projecting at this point. You're obviously miserable, right? Because if you can get so outraged and upset over something as petty as concerts not coming to Tucson, and how this is now like all of a sudden me slighting you because of that, that's just not a reality that we live in. And if you're angry about it, and maybe it's time to switch careers because, like it sucks driving around town. What? No?
Well, I just think hurt people. You're the face of the KFMA kind of.
Well,
I mean,
right?
still, that doesn't give the right for someone who is a public figure to be abused.
It doesn't give anybody the right to be so
He doesn't abuse me. I'll say that much, and I stand up for myself. But yeah,
abuse. Like I was in your same situation where we had a person. Oh, can you come and make an appearance here? Can you do this? Can you do that? And then verbally berate me for things that were out of my control.
Right.
So I feel you in this situation because we try to be nice. We try to not be like the other people.
Right.
And it's like, but sometimes it turns into abuse, and it's like, what's happening?
But I get it. It's a personal relationship people might have, right? Where then they feel that then they're entitled to certain things. And what you're entitled to, that I give you that I don't think too many, broadcasters throughout the country will give you is 100% honesty and transparency. You call me about something, I'll break it down. I keep it real, son.
Radio.
Yeah, they call me a beef keeping it real vegan. Mm-hmm. It's my middle name. It's my moniker. The realest on the radio is not just a catchphrase,
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honest to a fault. We know this. I mean, I'll tell you everything you need to know, and I'll tell you a bunch of things you did not want to know, right?
No.
Just like drunk Valdez, he'll do that same thing.
My God, yes, he will, all the time. So, yeah, so that's how it is. But if somebody's gonna, step out of line, I'm also not gonna be afraid to be like, hey, you're effing up right now and you're stepping out of line. I'm going to call you out on it because one thing I am not, out of all the things that I am, is a bitch. All right. So, nope. Yep. Do you know me as a little bitch boy, Mar?
I do not.
That's right. Mar, Valdez, do you know me as a little bitch boy? Okay. You know what? Your mic's cut off. All right. Your V-tips coming up after these words. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. All right, I'll put your mic back on. I knew that was coming.
But with that being said, on the same side of the coin, we are very appreciative of all the listeners and streamers that don't bring drama and just enjoy the entertainment value that we put out. We love you guys. Thank you all. Your support. You don't know how much it means to us. So.
That's true. Everybody but Nick, of course. Everybody but Nick. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yes.
And all the local businesses too, man. They've been amazing. Everyone you've ever had in here,
incredible.
Sponsors, whatever, even if they're not sponsors, they are just the best.
Sate's Kitchen, and Erica and Kendall, superstar Kendall,
amazing.
Dude. Yeah, she had a personality in her, which doesn't surprise me because service industry, right? Yeah. But immediately took to like a duck to water. So that's not the last time we're going to see Kendall for sure.
Radio star.
Yeah. I'm like, Kendall, so what are you doing on Wednesdays?
That's how, if you notice,
I need some estrogen on that day.
I moved out of frame. I was like, I'm just gonna get out of here and let her be in the center.
No, that was a good call. Somebody's calling right now. Let's see who it is. Rock 1 2x1. Who's this?
Yo.
Hey.
Get on the.
Yo, what's your name?
Hey.
One more time.
Nick.
Oh, Nick. What's up, Nick?
So Valdez, he doesn't have T-shirts.
What happened? What did I do?
Your phone's like cutting out, dude. So yeah, what about T-shirts and Valdez?
Well, no, Valdez doesn't have T-shirts. You have banner. So, I love you guys. You know that.
Oh yes, we love you too, Nick. That was random, but yes, absolutely. I just I see a comment here by VG Serpent. I don't know if this is true. Everyone, Lynn's is going to be standing on the pier today, waiting to get married to a random. Are you joking?
I saw she was in Seattle. I'm like, is that a thing?
Yeah. Lynn's, are you going to get married today? To a random?
Can we get the address and I'll show up in the Manthon?
No, Nick. I got to protect Lynn's from you. You're a maniac right now. You got to get your shit together, and then you can marry Lynn's. I protect my Lynn's.
I have my shit together, my man. Come on now.
You just recently almost got kicked out of a Roadrunners game. Once your Roadrunners accept, which is a low bar, my friend. It's a low bar.
Well, you're getting kicked out of minor league games, bro. You got to reassess your life.
So we're almost there. You're almost there, dude. We all stumble along the way. You know what I mean? And I know you're there again. I just don't think your Lynn's ready. You still there, DJ?
Fair enough, but I still want to wear a man thong to a wedding.
Yeah, so I'll you keep going in the right direction. I'll have Mari set you up with one of her hot friends.
One's a preschool teacher.
Oh, let's not scare Mario away from the show, buddy.
Well, always a pleasure hearing from you, Nick. I hope you're doing good.
Always, buddy. And changing the lifestyle. So
I love it, dude.
There we
Yeah,
go.
grow more chickens, have less beer. I think that's a little catchphrase going in 2025. Because then you'll become the cock of the walk. Pun intended. Yeah, I know.
I think going AA.
Good.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
I love it.
Well, look, this is the deal when it comes to being quote unquote an alcoholic. It's not someone that necessarily needs to drink all day every day, right? It's someone that if they drink and bad things happen, then you have a problem with alcohol and you're an alcoholic, right? So if you end up getting into any kind of fights or you end up getting arrested or any bad shit happens while you're drinking, you have a problem with alcohol and you realize, okay, when I'm not drinking, bad shit doesn't happen to me. So let's cut the poison out of the equation and let good things happen in your life. So that's good, dude. And
absolutely, buddy.
we were just talking to Maria about those programs. So much stuff. I actually want to go to programs. For the community, but
That's awesome.
mostly for the content because look, dude, no, okay, before you get start judging me, okay, when I was 18 years old, I was going through the system. I had to go through all of these programs, right? I was in NA, AA, SA. I was in all of them. And sitting around with a group of strangers and listening to their stories is inspiring in many different ways. But then you could also take slivers of that and gain personal knowledge from it and then be able to convey storytelling and funny situations from that. So, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Nick.
Well, hold on. There's a comment saying that I get knocked out at a hockey game.
No, that didn't happen. I got to get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Thanks for calling, Nick. We'll talk to you here soon. But, yeah. No, and don't judge me, Mari. I know that.
I don't want you to go using my story on the radio from a 12-step meeting.
I was gonna tell Nick, I'm like, it's good that he took that step. And if you're going to a meeting alone and you want somebody, DM me. I'll go with you. You don't have to go alone as long as I'm not working.
Yeah, but will you be drunk? He showed up to Shooters, and he was glossy-eyed and a ball of fun. A ball of fun. But when he first showed up, I'm like, hey, what's going on, Valdez? He's like, hey, sorry I'm late. I'm like, cool. I turn around, literally turn around like 2 seconds, come back, and he is sloshed. And I'm like, what the hell happened, dude?
Every time I heard my name, somebody had a shot for me. And I tell them, like, don't waste your money on me. They're like, no, you think you're too good. I'm like, no, just then okay, cool. So
yeah, he was like the drunkest I've seen him, and but super fun too, and super cuddly, and not with me, but you could tell he's just like a big old teddy bear, and I was just like, but it happened in like 0 to 60, just like that, where I was like everything was cool, and then all of a sudden like, wait a second, you're wasted. What happened? I thought you were standing right next to me, they were just pouring alcohol down his throat. But Shooters was a good time. And that Kisses and Carnage show is something that I would proudly host again because
that was pretty fun.
Yeah, very entertaining, very different.
Good turnout.
Great turnout. Yeah, it was really cool. So a shout out again to Chloe for putting that together. It's not easy to try to whip together a bunch of talented people and put on a show and to be able to organize it. And it was pretty seamless all together. So 100% independent and DIY, and all the performers got paid. So it was a huge success. All right, we have to wrap things up on the show. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But I do like to thank all of our guests that we had this morning. Of course, we had Erica and Kendall from Sace Kitchen. Thank you, Sace, for coming in and feeding us with delicious breakfast burritos. They're going to be opening up a 4th location on Tanque Verde in the spring. But till then, you can check out any of their 3 great locations. And, of course, the hilarious comedian Maria Bamford She was a pleasure to speak with. She's performing at the Rialto Theatre this Saturday. And tickets online at rialtotheater.com. Before we leave you, I'll give you a beef tip. It turns out being a people pleaser might ruin your sex life.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle to set boundaries and express their own needs in a relationship because people-pleasing tendencies, which could be keeping them from good sex. So if you say yes when you mean no or let resentment build up, marriage and family therapist Claudia warns that kind of people-pleasing can ruin your sex life, right? So, she says recognizing where that tendency comes from in the first step to overcoming it. So when it comes to trying to please all the people, it will make you a bad pleaser in the bedroom for one special person.
Unless you're in prison.
Yeah, so set your boundaries and say no unless it's the person you want to say yes to. And then you get freaky and then please them. I'm trying to go with the beef tip. I don't know. In there. Yeah. Let's see. You people pleaser, Valdez?
Only when I'm drunk.
Okay, yeah. So he's only terrible in bed when he's drunk. There you go.
There you go. There it is.
That said, we're out of here. Tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets for Pantera. In the 8 o'clock hours, your next opportunity to win those tickets before they go on sale this Friday. And we'll have tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners and the World Baseball Classic. Till then, one last pair of tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners goes away right now. If you want to go to Saturday night's game, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Caller number 10 is going to win a pair of tickets for Hockey is for Everyone night. So call now. Good luck. Enjoy the rest of your day. Rob Nash is up next. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a
so afraid of seeing worked up beef. There's a guy who called me a bitch. I was going to punch him. No, but worried about his feelings.
I will knock out all your teeth.
You're the best, Maury.